morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and those who are neither, wherever you are in the world. I'm Rambling Rusty Elm, and this is Rambling with Rusty. Last time on Rambling with Rusty, we finished off the go and fetch missions for Mr. Weiskeet here. That included a run through a dungeon, which was in fact a goblin community where we fought a dragon. And today we are hopefully going to find out how to go fight the primal named Titan. So without further ado, let's get back into it. Bravo, Rusty. Thanks to you, our guest shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. But what good is an exotic feast without an equally exotic aperitif? Boy, that's $20 words. It looks like it's another Go Passage mission. Luckily, I know just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport and seek out Shamani Lamani, another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him this order slip. He'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering if this is merely a ploy to test your patience, I assure you I do actually need that wine. And while you're there, give Shamani Lamani my regards. Yeah, I think he's definitely testing my patience here. Okay, let's see. Buffaloed all the way. What do you mean you forgot the wine? You gotta get up here. Ferry docks there. Where was that? Okay, it was there. So we need to go back here so we can head up there. Okay. Let's see if this route takes us up there. Probably not, but it's worth a shot. Oh, wait a minute, it does. Look at that. Yes. Let's go to Raincatcher Gully. This time I happen to know I need to head this way. No, I need to go that way. I missed the bridge, okay. But I do know I need to go up here. We'll go ahead and grab this teleport stone. That's not... No. Ah, there he is. Sweet grime and blood. Aye, you reek of blood. An adventure, unless I am mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? An order. Let me guess. A request for the finest vintage I can muster. Sniff, sniff. The paper smells of loam and perfume. Costa del Sol. And there is also the cough, unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Gagaruju would not settle for anything less than the best. Dreistwitz and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. Ah, but perhaps you are confused. This display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways. But you've no interest in my affairs. You wish only to discuss the wine, I suspect. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been possible if not for the savings. Ooh. Excuse me. It would not have been possible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of that work, none can deny that it pays well. Ah, but you grow impatient, and Westgate must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is of sufficient quality. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Bryglant, who owns and operates the largest winery in Wilbrand. Somehow I doubt he will be receptive to your request, but given these circumstances, we must needs beg his assistance. Okay. He's gonna be in this one. What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the man responsible. He should be made to drink every drop of his polluted swill. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important discussion and I do not care for interruptions. That neophyte vintner bids you speak with me. Ha! Neither you nor your friend has the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you gubu urine than sell you my worst vintage. Begone. Listen here, you stuck-up. You call this court, pah? This sad, squelchy thing isn't fit to kiss my back end, let alone my fine whites and reds. I'd say you should try again, except that I wouldn't trust you with the worst of vintages now. You're dead to me. You, adventurer, I've had it trying to get quality from my own lot. Show this oaf how it's done and bring me the materials you find off cork bulbs. Harvesting 5 of them should do. Time flies and uncorked wine sours. Go. Well. I take it he said no, really, in those words. Well, I cannot say that I'm surprised. While there's no denying his passion and skill, the wine baron of Limsa is not a man known for his tact. Very well, we shall have to take an alternative approach. There is a chance, however small, that another resident wine port can furnish us with suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guarantee this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our products has declined significantly in recent years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say their grapes are of poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, the vignerons of Wineport crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine of never-before-seen quality. Bacchus grapes were once the pride of this town, as they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This includes the most aromatic, the most complex, the most flavorful of all wines. The legendary Bacchus vines were born right here in Wineport. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I once had the privilege of sampling that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh and was one with all creation. But it is all too often said, the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If we cannot convince Birglint to part with his vines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus and to offer them every gill we can spare. I've heard rumor that one of the vignerons tending the vineyards might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking to them. That's just my mask. Okay. There he is. Durum Falirum. Bacchus wine. Bah, don't remind me. Used to have a cellar filled with the stuff. Thought I could keep the wine safe from thieves and the elements. Never counted on a bloody primal blowing up my goddamned house. Yeah, gotta admit, that would be a pretty quick way to lose your stock. There he is. Way up there. What? Do I have Bacchus wine? I wish I never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend, but you're a few years too late. Okay. No luck. Most regrettable, but we had to try. A box of wine would have been perfect. Though I must confess my certitude could be due to part of my personal history with the beverage, it is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a vintner. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Ogomora, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized there was still so much I could experience even in my condition. Help me find a new direction in life. Breaks my heart to think that wondrous ambrosia, which once filled me with hope, may be forever lost to us. Let's go with that one. Okay, I must say the stock of box wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there's much I miss about my life. After everything the captain has done for me, I cannot bear to disappoint him. I shall find a suitable wine for the banquet, though I may need some time to think about a solution. 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across Veilbrand as a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die because I very nearly found one not far from here. It was there that a man named Dress took me in and nursed me back to health. It was also he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus, which helped me to find my new calling. Though I'm still a novice at the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know that I'm pushing. This wine is my own original creation, would be most grateful if you delivered it to him in my stead. Dress sometimes works at the Raincatcher Gully dock, so perhaps Ritzkilt can tell you where to find him. Dressed? Oh, you mean the hermit? I toss him a few gil when we need an extra pair of hands. He doesn't talk about himself, and I sure as hell didn't ask. When a man's got a facelift with scars like that, you best leave him well enough alone, I say. If you've a mind to find him, though, head southwest to the Severed String. Okay, there he is. Well, what do you want? Wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? Dress is suffering from extreme duress. Can't sleep. They won't let me sleep. The midges. The buzzing. It keeps me awake. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I won't fight. Don't want to fight. Please, make the buzzing stop. Make the midges go away. Three out of 5. I need to find 2 more swarms. not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped me. Even after what my comrades and I did to your country. We were on a reconnaissance mission when the maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape, but no one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I'm not even Garlean. They conquered my lands just like they tried to conquer yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway around the world. I just want to go home. I wish to thank Shimani for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Earlier today at Red Mantis Falls, I collected the sap from nearby palm trees. If placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells' time, it will make for a fine wine. See, it should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please take them to Shimani for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope one day to do the same. Let's go ahead and go turn this in. Give the arrogant piece of work his cork. Where is that cork I asked for? You believe that loitering will secure you a glass of something? You are very much mistaken and possibly dead to me. Now this seems like some fine cork. Just the right amount of give, some air comes through, but not the moisture. I should be so lucky as to have barrels full of this. If only my people were as efficient. It has been some time, Rusty. What news do you have? Sniff, sniff. Ah, yes, I recall he did have some knowledge of winemaking. A simplistic but nevertheless effective method that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We're not so different, Drest and I. Two men who have long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worry that he has been alone with his thoughts for far too long. It's past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him. By the gods, Rusty. Listen, I know you're eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something about Drest's palm wine. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf which has a very distinct shape and unusual odor. I thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain these are the leaves of a Bacchus grapevine. Do you know what this means? Somewhere in Raincatcher Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Drest found these leaves. Take them back to him and see what he remembers. More fetch, go fetch. Hello again. What is it? It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. Didn't know it was rare. Found them near the Juggernaut to the south. I didn't see any grapevines. Saw fresh gobu tracks, though. Maybe the leaves came from vines growing on the back of one such piece. If you go looking for it, please be careful. Some gobus are more territorial than others. You may have to defend yourself. Destiny, okay. Deliver the cutting. That isn't actually the direction I want to go. This is. That's gonna put me in the gully. That doesn't do no good. What did Russ have to say? I was right. This smell, this texture, I hold it in my hands. A Bacchus grapevine cutting. Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and novice vintner could... 12 is my witness. It is a Bacchus grapevine. Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? What? You would offer this to me? But why? There's none better positioned to reconstruct the Bacchus vineyards than you, Master Bragland. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. If you would be selfish of me to keep this cutting. I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. And I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear, every tavern across Eorzea will once again be clamoring for a cask of Wayneport's legendary Bacchus wine. Wait, the shape of this bottle, the scent of this label. This couldn't possibly... A 1547 Bacchus. But that's impossible. This vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity. It was the crown jewel of my personal collection. For years I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. Now I realize that it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport. He has made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Gregoruju will find no finer wine. Thank you for your kindness and generosity. Do not permit me to delay you any longer. Deliver the wine. Oh, well, yes, I would very much like to drink it, but I'm a patient man, and I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity. Yay! Yeah, I know what? Let's see, I'm in... I want to go to Costa del Sol. Tired of this running back and forth. These kinds of missions suck. Even if you have a working mount. Your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me. Is that the Seven Hells, a 1547 Bacchus? Even I know how rare that is. Ha! I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you, but congratulations. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast Casa del Sol has seen in years. Speaking of which, your associate arrived a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. Fuck, I'm growing impatient. You have the look of a man who's been to the seventh hell and back. That a guest should be expected to supply the victuals for a banquet held in his own honor. And this, while the shadow of Titan looms over us all, it beggars belief. I can only applaud your stoicism. Had I been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I should have accepted my lot with less grace. Yeah, brother. Lady Yestola, sir. Wow. Okay. A thousand pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware of your true identity, sir. Had I known, I would never have permitted my man to subject you to unspeakable ordeals. Come now, he must have sensed something was amiss. You didn't seriously think I would send you running the lengths and breadths of Eorzea for a banquet, did you? Spare him your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment, and unlike me, Eorzea has no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten him. Aye, aye, fair is fair. There's no sense hiding it any longer. We five were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of heroes disbanded, we each swore a solemn oath that any who would follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured not by their reputation, but by their deeds. Each man would judge these would-be God-slayers by his own criteria. If ever one found him wanting, if even one found him wanting, he would be rejected. Blah, blah, blah. But if he proved himself worthy, we swore we would do our utmost to support his cause. The world has ever been full of brave souls eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few capable of making a difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurers into the jaws of a foe against whom they have no hope is worse than futile. Titan is not one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy. Which is why the five of you deigned to test Eorzea with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I'm sure, but tell us, Captain, what is the assessment? He's a brave one, that much is certain. He has willingly walked into the midst of danger despite my repeated warnings that it would cost him his life. His skill is undeniable. He stalked his prey and relentlessly as any child of the sands and struck with precision. Too many adventures these days care only for fortune and glory. Rusty, however, is kind and generous soul. I'm certain he has no shortage of loyal allies. Pishkah. Wily Uplander is talentful plansmaker, tricksy foe for muddy rockmen. I can only concur with my colleagues. We five of the Company of Heroes hereby judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down the Lord of Crags, Rusty Elm, and write a new chapter. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Summon the dancers, pour the wine. Eat, drink, and be merry, my friends, for today we celebrate the birth of a new legend. Quest accepted. I didn't know I accepted a quest. Speak with the bronze-skinned beauty. Company of Heroes. Let's see. Apparently the bronze-skinned beauty is behind me. Congratulations, sweetling. Now relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. Partake of the feast. Get drunk, pass out. None of that looks all that delectable. Tasting the exotic feast triggers a divine revelation. In that brief transcendent moment, you glimpse the true form of reality, comprehend its fleeting nature, and cry out to the heavens in celebration. Really? Speak to the former members of the company. When you face the Lord of Crags, think not of Limsa Laminsa, Eorzea, or anything beyond his chamber. Think only of the man and woman by your side. Fight for them and they will fight for you. Remember that no great victory was ever achieved alone. Fishka. Goodly uplander must be facing mighty rockmen with clever fighty think. Gobbleflock cannot be coming to rescue this time. Ah, Rusty, you brave fool. Promise me that when you meet Titan, you'll look him in the eye and tell him Lendenel sends his regards. You are a veteran of countless battles, Rusty. This is but one more. Trust your experience and you will prevail. You are blessed with the fortitude to rival the earth itself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think. You are kind to indulge him, Rusty. This banquet is as much for the company as it is for you, whatever they may claim. I do not deny that they mean well, but now it's scarcely the time for a celebration, though they have all but pronounced you the victor of the battle with Titan has yet to begin. The hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. We must speak with him again. You must be eager to face Titan. As promised, we will show you the way. Travel to Bronze Lake in Upper Lanosea. There you will meet with Riol, another man who once served with the company. To ensure that this knowledge does not fall into the wrong hands, he will remain in hiding until you have given the correct signal. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at the 3 locations I mark. Only then will he appear to meet you at this 4th location. I realize this may seem excessive now, but you will see that it is more than reasonable once you comprehend the risks. Okay. Let's see what we can find. Upper Eorzea. Have I been? No, I don't think I've been in. No. Oh. I guess it's not that far of a run. That should take up the rest of the episode nicely. Yeah, that looks remarkably like something I saw over in Tantalon. Let's go. Spend some more gil. It says I gotta go that way. I'm gonna have to go around these dinosaurs though. Let's repair gear. Repair all items. Yes. Let's see. What's he got? Walnut McCunty. Level 35. Wow. The antidote ether. Let's sell that. Carbonized matter. Dye. Let's sort. Okay, what do we got here? Phoenix down. Billowy plumage. Legendary bird. Cannot be used during certain duties. High potion of intelligence, high potion of mind. Lentils and chestnuts. Sell. 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 Don't need all of this stuff. Sell. Copper ore, I might need that. Tin ore. Zinc ore. Ragstone. Coarse brittle stone. Crafting material. I might need it. I can always go get more of this stuff. Sort. Okay. Well, at least I've made some room in my inventory. I might have to figure out. What I'm wearing. Character. Let's see. I am currently almost level 42, it looks like. 3,700. No, I'm just barely level 41. Okay. So I need level 41 gear. Everything I have is well below that. Wow. Okay. So level 34. No, that's not. This is all fishing tackle, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, well, we are here. Next time we will get on with the training, hopefully. Will he teach us what we need to know? Or will we be left wondering? Who knows? Until then, I'm Rambling Rusty Elm. Have a good night, and don't forget to stop and smell the roses.